Hello and welcome to our Teams podcast for the week of September 14th through Friday the 18th. Hello, I'm Mr. Andrews.
I'm Miss Worst.
And here's what's happening on our team this week.
Hello, fabulous fifth graders. Let's see what's coming up for our classes next week. We have our first full week of school, virtual school that is. We are going to begin reading selections from our two core texts. So even if you don't have both of them, it's okay. We will be working and reading together a bit from each of the texts in class. Some of the texts we will be working on our own, and I'll let you know. And hopefully those books that we've ordered will be coming in the mail next week. Our skills and strategies all have to do with vocabulary and words. So we're going to, our topic is reading like a detective. So we're going to be looking at vocabulary, word parts. We're going to be looking back at context clues. You probably remember that from your past couple of years of third and fourth grade ARC program work. Also want to talk to you a little bit about your book reading. And we might be doing something about reading logs, and I'm not right sure how we're going to do that exactly, but Mr. Hammock and I are kind of talking about just some different ideas. But please let me know if you are looking for some books, and Miss Farrell is going to have a checkout time coming up, so that's something we can certainly take advantage of. And also, she's going to appear on one of our team meetings this coming week and talk to you about Destiny and how to check out books again through the online Destiny checkout system. So have in mind some books that you want to be setting aside to be reading during your independent reading. We'll also look at some new reading prompts. And like I said, it's all about the words and building our vocabulary and discovering ways to figure out new vocabulary when we're reading text. So I hope you are ready to rock and roll the reading thing next week. Don't forget, if you have not had a chance to fill in your summary on the discussion page, and also do your extreme burger theme practice. That's on the discussion board as well.
Here's an overview of our math and science for the week. In math, on Monday, we're going to complete lesson number 2. Now, this is a compatible lesson with lesson 1. Last week, students were understanding the relationship between adjacent place values, or base 10 units, and we used a chart and arrows to be able to help us to be able to multiply or divide by 10, 100, and 1,000. But on Monday, we're going to think more abstractly, not so much with a chart or pictorially, and we're going to try to envision what happens to each one of the digits in a number when being multiplied or divided by 10, 100, or 1,000. How many place values do those digits actually move in an increasing way or in a decreasing way in size? So we're going to do that on Tuesday, and then we'll have an assessment of lessons 1 and 2 on Tuesday. Wednesday and Thursday, we're going to start talking about decimal fractions and place value patterns. And so Wednesday in lesson 5, we'll talk about how to name decimal fractions in expanded, unit form, and in word form by using reasoning skills. And then on Thursday, we're going to be able to compare decimal fractions by using symbols like greater than, less than, or equal to. We'll have an assessment again on Friday of lessons 5 and 6. So we have an assessment on Tuesday of lessons 1 and 2, and then on Friday, lessons 5 and 6 assessment. We'd like to be able to have at least one assessment per week, and because of the shorter week last week, we're having to have 2, but it's going to be something that we're going to be able to handle. It's just 2 lessons each one, and they're very short assessments at that. We're just trying to get to the root and make sure that students really have mastery of the concepts before we continue to move on. It is the expectation for students prior to each day's lesson to watch the daily math lesson videos. I know that's been sort of a monster to try to get the links to be able to follow to those videos. I'm determining that it's just the sheer number of people trying to access the NSYNC videos. And so Thursday and Friday, I had no trouble at all. Now, like you, on Tuesday and Wednesday of last week, that was quite a bit of a pill to have to swallow, hitting the link and nothing happening at all. But of course, on Thursday afternoon and Friday, links worked perfectly, like I put them on there and linked them to do. So we're going to trust that that continues to work and happen. Just persevere through it, keep clicking on it, and then your time will happen, hopefully without a hitch. And I'm going to continue to investigate on what is going on and why are we having such trouble. But those daily math video lessons really are going to be a time saver for us. The ladies that do those videos are great, and it's just a hand in glove to our lesson activities and live instruction. So also, the other expectation is for students to always do the exit ticket. Exit tickets are going to be a way for me to know if a student was able to obtain mastery or not for that day's lesson. It is a way that I'm going to be establishing small groups, and it also gives me an idea if the student attended either the live instruction, or if they weren't able to be part of the live instruction, that they went, watched the recorded video that's placed on our calendar page, and they were able to take that exit ticket and execute it. So the exit ticket is also very important as well. During science for this coming week, we are going to be moving into our heating and cooling unit. And so we're going to be talking about two main things with our heating and cooling unit: how heating and cooling affects the properties of matter and the practical uses and applications of that knowledge. So that'll be what we're doing this week. We'll have activities using STEM scopes. It's going to be important for your child to be able to access STEM scopes. Most of them have been able to do that, and I feel confident we're going to be able to get everybody in there, but they'll have a daily activity each week with STEM scopes. And on Friday, which is our flex day during the 5-day week, they will have a short assessment of the information that has been talked about during live instruction and the activities that went along with STEM scopes. So in math, we have assessments on Tuesday and Friday, very short ones, and on Friday we'll also have a quick assessment of the material covered in science.
Where is Mr. Andrews? He's in the U.S., he's at a capital. Oh, which one will we learn about this week?
So where in the United States is Mr. Andrews? Well, for this week's installment, I thought it was so appropriate to deliver the facts and the hints from my bee yard. And so hence, that's why we have the beehives behind me, because this state's nickname is known as the Beehive State. You know, even the locks on the doors of the Capitol building have beehives on them. I found that to be so incredibly fascinating when me and Mrs. Andrews were there. As a matter of fact, here is a selfie shot of me at the Capitol building. The mountains around this state's capital city receive up to 500 inches of snowfall each year. And because the state is inland and isn't around or near any oceans, the snow is very dry, and that makes it so incredibly perfect for the 14 alpine ski resorts that are also located in this state. The first transcontinental railroad was completed in this state. That means they met, coming from the west and coming from the east coast, on May 10th, 1869, at a place today known as Golden Spike National Historic Site. Alpine Loop in this state is a beautiful 20-mile stretch of road that shows you the wilderness and all of the wonderful natural sights that this state shows. And you can drive this from around the middle part of May until October. Rainbow Bridge is the world's largest natural bridge. It rises 290 feet above the canyon floor and is 270 feet long. The first permanent settlers in this state were members of the Mormon Church. And of the 50 states, this state, this is an incredible list, has the youngest population, the highest birth rate, the second lowest death rate, the healthiest population, the highest literacy rate, and the highest percentage of high school and college graduates live in this state. Pretty amazing. Makes you want to go move to this state. So the question now is, what is the name of this state and what is its capital city? You're going to need to have both of those answers, and you're going to take your answers to the forms page that was also listed in your mom and dad's remind message and in the email that they received.
Where is Mr. Andrews? He's in the U.S. He's at a capital. Oh, which one will we learn about this week?
Until Monday, have a great weekend, and
Let's all have a great week together.